What's up, guys? Dinofries here once again, and today I want to make a tier list for the heroes in Overwatch 2. Why? Well, one, because why not? And two, because I've been playing like every single day, like pretty much almost single day, like at least a couple of games here and there when I've had the free time. It's still fun, man, I gotta say. It's nice to just jump on for a game or two whenever I have a bit of free time here and there throughout the day. And I've been playing a bunch, so I feel like going through all the heroes in Overwatch 2 and just ranking them. So let's go. Alright, so first up we have DVA. Diva. I used to call her DVA, but I guess her name is Diva. So let's go check out Diva really quick. So Diva is a tank, and I think Diva is, I would put DVA at probably a high B tier. Only, and this is my opinion, I think she's great. She's easy to play. I just personally, I suck so badly at hitting her self-destructs, and I hate getting kicked out of my tank so much, but it is fun to shoot this little light gun she has. I think like flying around is great. The defense matrix, it's like almost constantly up. I think the missiles are fun. She's a high B for me, and that's just personal preference. I feel like people play her really well. I don't, but I like picking her because she's relatively simple to play. Okay, and next up we have Zenyatta. Now, I like Zenyatta. I didn't think I would like Zenyatta. I always look at him and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to pick Zenyatta. But every time I just wind up picking him, I always have a good time. I think he's a fun character. It feels so good to hit headshots with the orbs. I think juggling the Orb of Discord and the Orb of Harmony is I guess it's effective as a healer, but I just think it's easy and fun to just constantly throw the Orb of Discord on enemies that you want to target, and you're bouncing around the Orb of Harmony. I think the ultimate is decent. I just think I think he's easy to play and he's fun to play. I would put Zenyatta in A tier. All right, next up we have Bastion. Now, I like Bastion. I liked him in Overwatch 1, and I still like him in Overwatch 2. I think he was more fun in Overwatch 1. That being said, I do think that the tactical grenade is fun to do. I just think that him being able to heal himself, and also I hate his ultimate, dude. I think his ultimate is dog shit. Like, I think it's fun to go into tank mode and fire away, but I think he was better in Overwatch 1. He's good and he's fun, but only for, like, the ultimate really brings him down. And for his ultimate alone, I would put Bastion in C tier. All right, next up we have Winston. Now, I think aesthetically, and please don't hate me for this, I think Winston is kind of lame. I'm sorry, I don't like playing as a big monkey. That being said, whenever I play Winston, like, I always find myself doing fairly decent. I feel like he's an easy character to use. The Tesla cannon is sick. It's great to jump around into and out of the fray. The barrier is relatively strong for defense, and I think it's fun to go ape shit on everyone. I just don't think that he doesn't feel as good as the other characters. I know that's hard to explain, but he just doesn't feel as impactful as the other characters, even though I agree he's easy to play, and I feel like it's easy to have an impact as Winston when you're picking the tank. That being said, Winston, D tier. Sorry, C tier. All right, next up we have Cassidy, formerly McCree, and I'll be honest with you, I recognize that it's my fault that I don't like Cassidy, because, you know, he's one of those guys where you have to aim to be good. He still has the regular basic attack from Overwatch 1, as well as the combat roll, I believe, and being able to fire it a bunch. But now he has a magnetic grenade, instead of a stun grenade, and he keeps his ultimate. I recognize that like having a good Cassidy / McCree on your team is awesome, and I know a lot of people like him because you have to be good at aiming with him. I think his ultimate is decent enough. I missed the stun grenade, but I get why it was taken away. I personally, though, I'd put him in D tier, man. Every time I pick him, I understand because I suck, but he's not that fun, and it takes too much practice to get good at him, I feel like. So he's just D tier. I don't think he's fun to play as, but shout out to those who are good with him. Please be on my team always. All right, next up is, what's his name? What is his name? Sigma. You want to know why I don't know this guy's name? Because I literally never play him. I don't like his aesthetic. I don't like that he's barefoot. I know he floats, but I don't know. I don't like his aesthetic. He looks like a grumpy old man. That being said, whenever I have him on my team, he either usually sucks and we beg him to switch, or he's dope and he carries. I don't like when I get hit by this massive rock, but it is kind of funny. And I don't know, I just think it's funny when I get just bombarded with this huge boulder. Not much else to say about him. I hate when he uses his ultimate on me and I can't escape it, like once I go up in the air. But I recognize that he's good. Because I don't play him, that brings him down, because I don't like playing as him. He's not fun for me. I don't like his aesthetic. Again, that's personal, but I would put him in D tier behind Cassidy / McCree. Okay, next up we have Widowmaker. Now, Widowmaker is an OG character. I recognize that Widowmaker is difficult to use, like Cassidy. You know, it's kind of similar in that regard, isn't it? But I pick Widowmaker sometimes. I mean, sometimes the other team is playing like aerial characters like Pharah, and you just need someone in the back to just take them out because they're too overwhelming. And I know she's like a one-trick pony, and honestly, a bad Widowmaker is awful for the team because you have to hit those shots or else give up, you know, like switch off. I don't think her mine skill is very good at all. I don't think her ultimate is very good at all. I think the grappling hook is fun to use, and obviously her sniper rifle is good. Assault rifle is whatever. I mean, it's not supposed to be good, but it's nice to have that. I think Widowmaker, when you get Widowmaker shots, it feels good, bro. And for that reason, because I still feel like I could pick her and have a little fun and hopefully not suck, then I'll just switch off. I would put Widowmaker at a high C, to be honest. Honestly, low B. Widowmaker, low B tier. Okay, next up is Oriza. Oriza is a tank, and I think Oriza is fucking dope. I don't know, like I probably pick tank the least out of between DPS and healer. I just don't really like the tank class that much, but if I'm gonna pick tank, I usually go Oriza. If not, I go Diva, but I think Oriza is just insanely good. I think she's insanely good. Like, hitting someone with the javelin feels so good. I feel like you're just juggling between the javelin spin and fortify, and you're able to constantly keep up one or the other. If not, there's like a few seconds where you can't. Her ultimate's okay. It's kind of fun when you hit it. It's not super good. Paired up with like your teammates, it's good. And I think her basic attack is great. I think Oriza is an easy S tier. I do. I think at least a low S tier or a high A. I just think Oriza, like, if you got to pick a tank class, just pick Oriza. Like, it's hard to do bad at Oriza. Just keep using your skills off cooldown and make sure a healer is supporting you. Low S. Go Oriza. All right. Next up is Baptiste. This one is going to be short because Baptiste sucks. Literally, no one picks Baptiste. Rarely is there a Baptiste on my team. I think this thing is cool. Where is it? Not the Matrix. Is it this? Yeah, this one, Immortality Field, I think is interesting. I just think it's a cool skill. And I think it's cool that there's like a 3 burst rounds, kind of like an assault rifle from Call of Duty. But I do understand that this ultimate where he makes a Matrix is pretty cool, how it doubles damage and stuff. I just think he sucks. No one picks him, and there's a reason why, because he sucks. Like he needs a buff. I think that the kit is fine, but he just feels awful to play. Easy low D tier. Okay, next up is Ashe. Now, I think aesthetically and kit wise, Ashe is awesome. I loved picking Ashe in Overwatch 1, and I liked picking her in Overwatch 2, but I just found out for a while that it was just so much easier to do better with other characters that I've stopped picking Ashe, because again, she's one of those classes like McCree, Cassidy, where if you're good at Ashe, you're good. Like, you're gonna provide a lot of help to the team, because you have to hit the shots, you have to use the dynamite and the coach con, and obviously Bob as an ultimate is probably the best ultimate in the game. I just think she's too difficult to be good at. But although she is fun and her kit feels good, she feels impactful enough. I'm gonna put Ashe I'm gonna put her right above Widowmaker in the B tier. Okay, next up is Genji. Genji is like that stereotypical like try hard pick, if we're being honest. But that being said, like, he's not that hard to play as. I understand that he's hard to be good at, but I think the shurikens, being able to throw like a burst or like a stream of them, is relatively easy. Just jump around and then just go in for the swift strike. The ult is fun to use, and deflecting is always good. Dude, I hate when a Genji is on my ass and I'm trying to get rid of him and he just keeps deflecting my shit at him, and then once his deflect is off cooldown, he jumps away and then throws shurikens at me and then comes back and then deflects me again. I think Genji's a good character. I'm not good at Genji, but I just think Genji is a cool character, and I think he's good. Like, he's not too hard to play as, I don't think, but I think he's just objectively strong. I'm gonna put Genji in low A. Just think he's cool. All right, next up is Sojourn. Sojourn, she's good. I mean, like, she's just good. She kind of is a better Soldier 76, but we'll get to Soldier 76 because I have some thoughts about him. The railgun is super fun to shoot. Hidden like the high impact shot. If you hit a headshot with that and you kill someone, that feels dope. The power slide is so much fun to slide around. The disruptor shot is actually insanely powerful in my opinion. I don't love her ultimate because it's just you just shoot a bunch of railgun high impact shots. It doesn't feel as like different enough to classify as an ultimate for me. So that brings her down for me, but I think only her ultimate brings her down really. I think she's fun to play as. I think she's super strong. Probably the strongest in the game right now. So we're gonna put Sojourn right above Zenyatta in the high A tier, only because of the ultimate. All right, Zarya. Now, I know Zarya is probably the strongest tank in the game, but I don't like playing as her. I don't think she's fun. I recognize she's strong. I just don't think any of her abilities. I think the ultimate's cool. Whenever I play her, I just don't have fun. Like, I don't like the beam weapons. I think I don't like her beam weapon. It doesn't feel fun for me to shoot. I recognize Zarya is strong, and for that saves her a tier, but I just don't think I think she's boring to play as, although I recognize she's super strong in the meta. So we're gonna put Zarya in low C. Okay, Junker Queen. Now, Junker Queen is one of those characters that's super fun, but super fucking weak, dude. She's so weak. I wish she was good. I really wish she was good, but she ain't. She's weak. She's fun. Hidden the thrower knife is fun. I think command and shout. I like the sound effect it makes. I don't really think her melee is that great. I think her ultimate is I think it's cool looking, but all of this shit, dude, is so fucking weak. And that, my friends, is why, despite being aesthetically awesome and fun to play as, never pick Junker Queen, because you're just gonna lose. Although I recognize that there's probably good Junker Queens out there. That's why Junker Queen is gonna go right below Bastion in C tier. All right, next up is Moira. Now, if you've been playing Overwatch 2, you will have seen the memes, hopefully. Moira is like the best healer in the game right now. She switches between heals and damage. This orb is probably one of the coolest fucking skills in the game to just fire off, especially indoors where it bounces around and stuff. And the fade it's such a low cooldown on the fade. You just ghost around, and her ultimate's actually really fun and powerful. Moira is an easy S tier. I think Oriza is, personally I like using Oriza more, but Moira's cool. Moira's S tier, no doubt about that. Okay, next up is Mercy. Man, poor Mercy, because if we're being honest, Mercy fell off. She was like the #1 pick for healer in Overwatch 1. Like, you needed a Mercy on your team, and her kit was way better in Overwatch 1, being able to heal the whole team. And now she's kind of just a shell of herself. Like, it's kind of sad. Her ultimate's dumb now. It's cool that you can resurrect whenever you want, but I thought the team res was more hype. I don't know. Those play of the games with that shit used to be so cool. They're just better healers now. I think aesthetically her being an angel is great, but Mercy fell off. We're gonna put Mercy in, honestly, high D, above McCree / Cassidy. All right, next up we got Mei. I'm just now realizing that Mei is currently not even in the game. I think there was a glitch with her, so you currently cannot play as Mei, though I have played as Mei in Overwatch 2 and a lot in Overwatch 1 actually. I think her kit is super unique and fun. I love almost dying and then going up into ice and then ice wand right after I break out and like running away. I think Blizzard's such a fun skill to throw on a point. I think Mei is really, really cool. I recognize that she's not the most powerful in the game, but I think Mei is, I think Mei is a cool character. Emphasis on the pun of cool. So we're gonna put Mei. I would say let's put Mei in A tier, right below Zenyatta. Okay, now we have Hanzo. Hanzo is one of those characters that you have to be good at aiming to be decent at. That being said, it feels so good when you nail shots. That sound that goes off when you hit an arrow and it's a headshot and you kill them, it's like bing. Love that. I think the storm arrows were a great addition. It helps in close quarter combat. I don't really like the sonic arrow. I just shoot it because why not? I think Dragon Strike as an ultimate looks cool, but kind of blows. Let's be honest. That's just my opinion, though. Hanzo, I'm gonna put in the right there, C tier, right below Bastion. Okay, Kiriko. Now, Kiriko is interesting. Like, I love Kiriko's kit. Let's just cut right to it. Her ultimate is so much fun to use. I think it's so powerful. This little like invulnerability thing is I think it's really powerful. I just wish the hitbox was bigger. You have to throw it like right on top of your teammate or right at your ground in order for, right at the ground that you're standing on for it to work, which is annoying. It's great if you can hit headshots with the kunai, but if you don't even bother using it. All you gotta do is hold down this healing of Fuda button and you're good. You're doing your job as your teammate. And she's a pretty good healer. I think she's the most fun healer. But she's not as strong as Moira. And she's not as fun as Zenyatta, actually. I would put Kiriko in high B, because I think she's really strong, but it kind of gets boring when you're just healing. I just feel like Zenyatta, you throw an orb out, you throw orbs out, and you're doing DPS. Kiriko, unless you're good with the kunai, all you gotta do is stay in the back and heal. Because every time I use Kiriko, I'll be healing my teammates, and the second I'm like, okay, I'm bored, I wanna help in with the fight, and I start throwing kunai, they die, and then I mess up my role as healer. All right, next up is Lucio. Lucio is a healer, and I think Lucio is cool. I really appreciate when there's Lucio on our team for the speed boosts and the healing, because I feel like when you're in a group and you're all getting the heals, that's dope. But every time I also like the ultimate, you get a big boost and extra health. I think it's so cool when I see my Lucio on my team or an enemy just like riding around. I think that's awesome. He seems like a really fun character to play. I don't really like using him because he doesn't feel impactful. But I recognize good Helios. Respect given to the good Lucios out there. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to place Sir Lucio right about here. I just don't really like playing as Lucio. But I recognize that he's good. And he seems fun to play. All right. Now we got Reaper. Okay, so Reaper, bro, edgy, like +1 for edginess. Reaper is like such a simple character because literally all he does is use his shotguns. Even his ultimate is just more shotgun in, and then he just teleports away or goes ghost. Like, he's such a simple character, and yet insanely fun to play as. If you're getting your ass kicked as Reaper, that's not very fun, like most other characters. But when you're doing good as Reaper, bro, you feel so powerful. I think Reaper is such a cool character. I love picking Reaper and like if I'm doing good as Reaper, I'm having a blast. If I'm not, it sucks, but because he's vulnerable, because you have to be close. But you have to be, if you're just really aggressive, then that's how you win. But obviously you have to hit those shots and warp away when you're getting attacked. I'm gonna put Reaper in as a hot Reaper's low S for me personally. Okay, now we have Anya. I loved Anya when she came out in Overwatch 1. I just saw like a healing sniper was such a creative idea. That being said, she's aight. I think she's more fun in theory, because on the battlefield, I just feel like there's better healers. I mean, if you're gonna play a healer, like Moira does better DPS and heals better than Anya, and if you're gonna pick someone who heals more, like Kiriko is a better healer because you have to hit the shots. You have to hit your teammates with it. It's honestly stressful to play as Anya. The sleep dart's fine. I don't think it's that great. The biotic grenade is fine. I think the nano boost is a lot of fun to use on like someone else when they're ulting, something like that. But the biotic rifle is her selling point, and I just don't think it's strong enough compared to the other healers. And you're picking her as a healer, so I would put Anya in low B tier, like similar to Widowmaker, where if you're good at hitting the shots, then you're doing your job as a healer. On the flip side. Okay, now we have Soldier 76. Okay, y'all. Soldier 76 is dear to my heart because almost every time I pick Soldier 76, I do good. I just think he's a super easy character to use. His sprint is helpful for getting back on the point, or whatever the objective is, or running away. Then you throwing the biotic field up and just firing away, or running to safety and throwing it down is helpful as a DPS too. The Helix rockets are kind of, you have to hit them to do well, and the splash damage isn't that great. But when you hit someone dead on, it's helpful. And I think the Tactical Advisor as an ultimate is solid. I just think he's an all-around solid character and easy to use. I really, really like Soldier 76. And that's why I'm putting Soldier 76 as a high A. Now, he's not an S tier only because he's kind of simple. I don't know, like, I just think like Reaper has a cooler aesthetic than Soldier 76. So, you know what? Soldier goes bottom S. I changed my mind. He deserves it. He's cool enough. All right, here we go. It's Junkrat time. Junkrat, I don't even need to show you his skills. Junkrat is the best character in the game. I'm still going to show you his skills, but y'all, if you want to have fun in Overwatch 2, pick Junkrat. I've never seen a character like Junkrat in a video game. Just using the concussion mine to launch yourself into the air, and then you just shoot grenades down on the enemy team, and then you throw a steel trap here and there, which almost always works. And for some reason that the enemy team can never see the steel trap on the floor. His ultimate, like when they hit your rip tire, that sucks, but it's really not that bad to use it. But yeah, the rip tire, like it's not that hard to use. Like, yeah, if you're just throwing it like right in front of the enemy team, they're gonna shoot it and it's not gonna work out. But like you just go behind them and you blow it up, and I think it's so strong. Dude, I love Junkrat, y'all. I fucking love Junkrat. I just think he's the coolest character in the game. And he's so easy to play as and do well. Like anytime I'm not doing well, I just switch to Junkrat and I do well. Almost always. I just think he's the coolest character in the game. Yes, I recognize he's easy to play, but who cares? He's fun. S tier. All right, next up we have Symmetra. No, what's her name again? Yeah, Symmetra. Unfortunately, Symmetra has fell from grace. She was my favorite character in Overwatch 1 when you could put up 6 sentry turrets, and when her gun like automatically like locked on to enemies instead of now where it's just a straight beam like Zarya. The sentry turrets are still powerful, but you can only do 3. I hate this teleporter gimmick, and I think this photon barrier is weak as shit. I think Symmetra right now, she went from my favorite character to probably the worst character in the game. I gotta put her below these guys too, because I just think she's dog shit now, and it sucks because she was my favorite character, and I wish I could play her again, but she's boring and just shit. So, RIP, D tier. Okay, now we have Tracer. Now, Tracer's fine, I guess. I mean, sometimes there's a good Tracer on my team. Sometimes there's a good Tracer on the enemy team that's annoying the shit out of me. She runs around, she shoots her guns, she blinks around, and then she recalls when she's in danger. And her ultimate is dog shit, let's be real. But sometimes it works out. I don't know. I don't think Tracer's that cool. I think she's fun. I'm sure she's fun to play. It's always fun to play fast characters with that shoot tons of bullets. That's probably fun. But I just don't think she's very... Okay, I'm going to tell you later on, I'd rather pick Sombra over Tracer. So for that, I will put Tracer... I'm going to put Tracer right here. Right ahead of Lucio in C tier. All right, now we have the hamster. Does the hamster have a name? Oh, it's just called Wrecking Ball. Shows you how much I know about this hamster because I never play him. I always see the enemy team using the hamster to just grapple onto like the payload or something and just fly around to stall until until their team gets back. I think the minefield is a pretty actually good ultimate. The pile driver getting hit by that is funny. I mean, he has guns. I don't know. I don't know what to say about the hamster. But the fact that he's a hamster automatically gives him points. So I can't put him too low just because I don't know. The hamster gimmick is just funny. I think it's just funny. It's probably so much fun. I played him like once or twice and it was hella fun to just roll around. And the enemy team always looks like they're having a blast when they're playing the hamster. So I'm going to put the hamster in low B tier because he's funny and not that bad, actually. Not as good as like Oriza, but not that bad. All right, next up is Roadhog. Okay, Roadhog's dope. Who am I kidding? Like, I recognize that like it's easy to suck as Roadhog, but it's also not that hard to be good as Roadhog. And dude, hitting that chain always feels good, man. Always feels good. And then blast him with the scrap gun. The fact that he can heal himself, and I don't think his ultimate is that good. I will say that. He has a good kit, and it's simple. Like, all you do is run around shooting from afar, get close, you chain them, you go back to take a heal, and then you eventually ult try and get them off the map or whatever, off the point. Roadhog is sick. I'm gonna put Roadhog pretty high, actually. I'm gonna put Roadhog right about here. Yep, that feels right. A tier. Okay, Reinhardt is next. Now, I almost never pick Reinhardt because I just personally don't prefer like slow, beefy characters. But I gotta say, Reinhardt's actually pretty fun to play as. He feels strong. I feel like the shield is really good, even though it kind of breaks easy. I like that he has a ranged attack. I think the charge is pretty fast and fun. I think he's a fun character. I think his ultimate's pretty sick too. I think he's a solid pick as a tank almost always. I don't play him enough. I should, because he is really fun to play as. In fact, I feel like after recording this video and I play later tonight, picking Reinhardt, because I haven't played tank in so long and suddenly he seems so much fun to play. So yeah, let's put Reinhardt. Is he as fun as Roadhog? And I don't think he's as fun as Roadhog or Sojourn, or like as good. He's definitely an A tier though, I feel like. You know what? I'm gonna mix these up at the end. But we're gonna put Reinhardt like right here as like a low A tier. Okay, next up is Pharah. Okay, so Pharah's pretty simple. She just goes up and down. She shoots her little rocket launcher. She sometimes blasts people away, and her ultimate is super vulnerable. It makes her super vulnerable, but it's strong. I don't know what to say about Pharah. I like, every time I pick Pharah, I feel really good about the pick, and then I realize that, like, you have to be good as Pharah, and she's kind of a one-trick pony, like Widowmaker. I don't think the concussive blast is that interesting of a skill. I like when her ultimate works out. It feels good, but I don't know. I'm gonna put Sarah. I'm gonna put Pharah. I'm gonna put Pharah in high C, right above Bastion. Okay, Echo. Echo's dumb. I don't know what to say about Echo. Like, I've never been scared of fighting an Echo player. And I've never had an Echo player on my team where I was like, oh, MVP. I mean, like, I've played her a few times and she seems fun to play, but in the end, you're really just duplicating people. And so, I mean, just pick that hero. I don't think Echo is that cool of a character. The concept is interesting. I just don't think it applies well. She's not as bad as, you know, even Symmetra has those turrets. Echo sucks. Low D. All right, now we have Sombra. Now, personally, I think Sombra's awesome. I think Sombra is the superior tracer. Like, if you're gonna pick someone to mess with the enemy team and, you know, sneak up behind them and annoy them and hopefully get a few kills, just pick Sombra. Like, the fact that you can stay invisible forever is dope, and all you do is put your translocator like somewhere like hidden away, hopefully near a health pack, so whenever you take damage where you're about to die, just teleport away, heal back up, and go back in and continue to hack them. The machine gun is super powerful. The ultimate's not that powerful in my opinion, but I don't think it needs to be. I think she's strong either way, and the ultimate does help when you're trying to go for a team kill. I would put Sombra. Sombra's a low S for me, actually. I think Sombra's dope. Yeah. All right, next up is Bridget. Now, I think Bridget's kind of lame. I mean, it's cool that she's a healer, but also a tank. And I think that could be useful in some ways, but I just don't think she's that fun to play. She doesn't feel really impactful. I recognize that the repair packs don't feel that good for healing. Her shield seems weak. The shield bash seems weak. She just seems weak all around. I don't like Bridget. I just flat out don't like Bridget. I don't like playing as her. I don't feel like people on my team or the enemy are really ever that strong with Bridget, so she's not going to get a very good rank in. In fact, I'm probably going to put her... I'm going to put her in, like, right here, like the lowest C, like right behind Zarya. All right, now we have Torbjorn. In my opinion, if you are playing any game mode where you have to defend, like the point or the payload, I think it's in the same games actually, pick Torb. Like, defending something with Torb and his turret, it's just so good. And like the rivet gun, like long range and short range is good. And then you deploy the turret. I think overload with the rivet gun is powerful. And then I think molten core is a pretty cool ultimate. I did enjoy playing as Torb more in Overwatch 1 with this kit where you would just stand by your turret and just keep healing him, and then eventually like going around and collecting armor scraps from dead bodies, throwing out some armor packs for your boys, and then going back into healing your turret while it just dominates the map. And then like you maybe die, and then like from the spawn point you ult, and suddenly from across the map your turret kills the entire enemy team once it's overloaded. I missed that, I gotta say. Like, that was so much fun. But you kind of have like just like a more fair playstyle, I feel like. I get why they did what they did to his kit, and like putting your turret and like either standing around it or just putting your turret in the back like as backup, and then you going up there and fighting with your team. I think it works out well, and I just think he's super fun to play as. He's great. I think Torbjorn, however you say his name, is awesome, which is why I'm going to put Torb like right about here. I think he is sick, so S tier. All right, last but not least, we have Doomfist. Now, I understand that Doomfist got buffed recently. Like, I see a lot of people playing him or something. I don't know, but I'm not good as him. And I just think he's weak as a tank. Like, you need a beefy character as a tank. Like that, you only have one tank now in Overwatch 2, where in Overwatch 1 you had 2. So like you need a really strong tank, and I just don't think that Doomfist is really that useful as a tank. Like, he used to be DPS and now he's a tank, and he feels more DPS. I just don't think he's very... Is he fun to play as? Maybe. Maybe I'm just not good as him, but I don't like him. Especially not as a tank. Go back to DPS. So that's why I'm gonna put Doomfist, I think in D. He's like over here. Yeah, he's about right there. All right, now let me take a final look and see if I want to rearrange anyone here. I think this looks pretty decent, actually. I'm going to stick by my guns, actually. I'm not going to rearrange anything. I could probably shuffle around something here or there, like just 1 or 2 spaces, but this is pretty much... This is good. I feel strongly about this. Yeah. So take it all in. This is my Overwatch 2 Heroes tier list. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I guess be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.